Hello, everybody. Welcome to another repair. As you can see, we have a very nice copy of Pokemon Blue without a screw. That's not concerning at all. Getting it hooked in. We're gonna see here quick. She's dead. We have a screwed up Nintendo logo and it doesn't boot at all. So we're gonna get it opened up here quick and see what's wrong with it. So the first red flag right here is battery has been messed with, obviously. It is an aftermarket battery. I noticed that the SRAM chip screwed up a little bit, but I didn't worry about it yet. I will have to worry about it in a little bit. But one of the first things I wanted to do was get that off so I could put it back where it needs to go. Now, after using a heat gun to try to loosen up some of the solder on the SRAM chip, it didn't get very far. But we got a little bit. Yeah, that didn't work all that well. I don't know if I'm not doing it right or what, but There was already enough damage to those pads that I wasn't really concerned. I was going to have to do some repair. But we're going to look. After cleaning up the pads, here we have the problem. Those pads have been lifted off the board. One of them is very concerning. The other ones I think I can make work, but we're gonna have to do some pretty extensive surgery on this one to get it to do anything. But first we gotta. I'm terrible about this one on camera. I had to put the legs back on the chip, and I'm completely off camera while doing it. That chip got screwed up. What looks like happened is somebody tried to replace the battery with a heat gun and just was not very careful. So we're in the situation we are now, and I'm gonna fix it. It's not gonna be pretty, but we're gonna have a working copy of Pokemon Blue, I hope. I'm getting the chip back soldered in. I'm getting it ready here. The thing that I'm worried about right now is which pads are going to give up, essentially. Because a couple of them are gonna, at least one of them is going to stop working because of all this. It's gonna separate from the copper, and we're gonna have to jump some grade, and it's gonna be a nightmare. But I'm trying to do this as gently as possible. See which ones are gonna lift it. Alright, so now now that I know that there is a break, because it's been tested, I'm going to check continuity between the vias on the board and the chip itself, see which ones are breaking. I'm going to try reflowing them a little bit just to see if I can get that connection to solidify or if I'm going to need to do a little bit of extra work on it. Okay, now that we've found the culprit, it is that third leg on the SRAM chip on the bottom side. I cut some wire. I'm going to use a single strand of wire to jump the leg of the chip to the via. Now, you need to be careful with this because it's very delicate. As you can see, it's going to take me a while to get soldered in. It takes a while, but we're time-lapsing everything, so that's fine. So we'll come back once that's actually soldered in. All right, so now we have everything soldered in. I'm gonna pull it up here so you can see it. It's that third leg right there. Catch it, there's that little wire going to that via. That is the repair, and that's about as much as we're gonna be able to do for this. So we're gonna have to make sure to be very careful and get solder mask over it so that it doesn't break off and we have to do more repairs. So I'm gonna reflow it just to make sure, getting that little bit extra solder on it, and then we'll be able to test and make sure that it works. Turning on the Game Boy here. As you can see, it is booting. It's hard to see. I'm still trying to figure out how we're gonna videos, but it is booting, and it is doing pretty good for itself. So it's functional, and that's all that we're worried about. So now we just need to figure out that save battery. This was a really exciting one to prepare because it's in my skill set, but it's also very much above my skill set and challenging. So I was really happy that I was. So I'm checking this save battery, see if it's still good. I don't know how old it is. I know it's a replacement, but it could be years old. It's got 3.3. It measures on it. That's 3.3 volts. So we're good to go on that. We got to get some UV solder mask to cure everything and get the battery put in. But once that's done, this Pokemon game will be good to go. All right, flash forward to the next day. The UV curable solder mask has arrived. I had to order some, so I've never done this kind of thing before. So the thing with this is it's just, you have to make sure you cover everything and get it stable. I covered all of the legs of the SRAM chip, those bottom floor, and I covered the wire up to the via. Now this is UV curing, so you have to let it sit for a while under the light. I got lazy at this point and was able to figure out a way to get it to stay there. And I went and I got a couple other things done while that was curing. But the last thing that we need to do is put in the battery. This game will be ready to go on home. Alright, flash forward to later, after I was done running all my errands. So that's fully cured after about half an hour. I leave it for about half an hour at least. And that's all good and stable. You can see it. You can't even see it from here. Fixing it. I'll put a picture up of what it looks like here also. Yeah, we're going to heat up those pads a little bit. Make sure we get some fresh solder on them to work well. You need it to work well. Now we'll get the battery installed. Alright, now that the battery's installed, let's plug it in and let's see. Let's see if we have a working Pokemon Blue. Yes, we do. We have Game Freak logo. We have everything. So I'm going to play this a little bit just to make sure. Just to see if it's still working. Thank you guys so much for watching yet another restoration on the channel. If you liked it, share it with a friend. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.